I plan to have a voter registration program every year and all during the year, because I think that's really important. As well, I have
And so in a real sense, voter registration is one of the most important things that you see. Now, why would you think in terms of enlisting and getting African Americans to vote? Why is that important to you now?
Well, I think it's very important because everything is political. Everything is political, from education to economic development is important, to the quality of health care, to affordable housing. If we are not voting, if we are not at the table, then, as I said, we're on the table. And I believe that voting gives the community power. It empowers us. And it's important that we take a stand, not only verbally, that we also take a stand through the vote.
Pastor, looking at some of the things that you believe, and I know you've been involved with the NAACP for a long time, and some of the things that you believe that we ought to do at this particular point in our history, dealing with the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, or any other organization that might be helpful to what we're trying to achieve.
Well, Dr. Haney, I think that when it comes to the NAACP Nashville branch number 5606 here, the most important thing I think that we need to do for the NAACP is to give the NAACP the power that the NAACP is supposed to have in terms of giving the NAACP a voice. You know, just like our vote is our voice, you know, the NAACP for some reason has lost its voice here in Nashville, Tennessee. I don't know if it's lost it or if it has been intentionally silenced, you know, by maybe the powers that be. Because as we know that the NAACP as a whole nationally is the oldest civil rights organization in existence in the United States of America, and it's one of the most powerful, or the most powerful one in here. But for some reason here in this Nashville branch, it doesn't have the power. It's like the teeth has been pulled. And when I first initially got involved with the NAACP a few years ago, I got involved because of what I didn't see the NAACP doing. And rather than sitting back and complaining about it like I hear so many others, I decided to get actively involved in the NAACP to try to, you know, make some things happen. You know, of course I got in there and I saw, you know, a lot of things that I didn't like, and a lot of shenanigans and stuff that was going on and stuff. And I really put a kind of bad taste in my mouth. And I kind of backed off of it for a minute because of some of the things I've seen that took place in the last election a couple of years ago with our current administration, Louis Wallace being the president, current president now. And I kind of backed off, you know, but I still believe that the NAACP can be empowered if you got the right people in there that's not afraid to step up and stand out and challenge these different issues. It's so much happening in our community and our society, you know. People are being pushed out of their neighborhood and their community, pushed way out to the outskirts of town, somewhere like the old folks used to say, somewhere out in Plum Nelly somewhere, you know, and there's nobody saying anything, you know, and it's like the community, our community, the black community is like, man, we don't have a voice. Who's gonna speak for us? Who's gonna represent us? So my thing is, let's empower the NAACP, and I think that Dr. PShinault here would make the perfect president of the NAACP's Nashville branch because of the tenacity that I've seen in her, you know, since she's come on board and become a part of the Nashville branch of NAACP. I know her from years ago. I actually went to school with her brother, younger brother and stuff, and we were really good friends throughout the years and stuff like that. And I didn't know at the time that she was as tenacious as she is, but from being in some of the meetings at the executive committee meetings and stuff, and seeing her, you know, push the issues and the things like that, you know, I said, well, you know, when I found out she was running for president, I said, yeah, I'm on board. You know, I really wanted to see that happen. And of course, I'm seeking a position as third vice president of the NAACP because, you know, like I say, somebody got to say something, somebody's got to do something, and apparently what we have there, we got some good people there, but it's everything rises and falls on leadership. And if leadership is weak, if leadership is ineffective, if leadership is disregarding the fact that it is leadership, then leadership needs to be changed. And I think it's time for a change in leadership of the NAACP so that the NAACP can be empowered and be the NAACP that it's supposed to be and stop playing these games.
Very good. And Dr. PShinault, we've got about